Cassie Live.
What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime, in the between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds, starting with dun, dun, dun. Julie Altman. What's up, Julie? Theodore second to none. What it do, Shreveport, Louisiana? Connie Hodge. What's up, Connie? Tony Montana. Tony Montana. What up, Tony? New York checking in. Life is notorious. What's up? Life is notorious. Tanya Stanley. What's up, Tanya Stanley? R. Dupree. Damon Hill. Displaced African. A couple more and then I'm going in. R. Dupree. Jesse. Brown Sugar. That's a good one to stop on right there. Brown Sugar. Well, family, y'all been asking about where all of these other people who have been violating folks or accused of violating folks. Well, here you go. Here you go right here. This is a big one right here. This is a big one. Garth Brooks. Oh, man. Don't get too much bigger than Garth Brooks. Yeah, that's a pretty big one right there, Garth Brooks. Don't get too much bigger than that. So here's a skinny fam. This woman right here is Garth Brooks' wife. This is Trisha Yearwood. And boy, y'all hang on, hold tight, fam, because this is a strange story. And I want to see if y'all catch what I caught in the details. You know, they say the devil is in the details, right? So check this out. According to the makeup artist, Garth Brooks cornered her in a hotel suite and violated her so violently, she felt like he was going to break her body in two, at least according to the lawsuit. The country star is being sued by a woman who claims she was his wife, Trisha Yearwood's makeup and hairstylist for years before he hired her to work for him in the same role. In the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, the woman claims in May 2019, Garth took her with him to Los Angeles for a Grammy tribute to Sam Moore. Pay attention, fam, pay attention. But when she boarded his private plane in Nashville, she noticed that they were the only ones traveling, which was unusual. She claims when they got to LA, she found out Garth had only rented one hotel room for the both of them, and he denied her request for her own room. She says Garth suddenly appeared in the doorway, completely naked, and dragged her onto a bed in another room where he overpowered her and, that to her, right? Okay. In the docs, the woman claims that God held her 5-foot frame by her ankles and dangled her upside down as he penetrated her vagina, slamming his penis inside her so hard she felt as if she was breaking in two. I hate to read this over again, fam, but I'm just trying to get an understanding here. In the docs, the woman claims Garth held her 5-foot frame by her ankles and dangled her upside down as he penetrated her vagina, slamming his penis inside her so hard she felt as if she were breaking in two. Is that even possible? To hold somebody by the ankles upside down, what is God, like, what is he, 7 to 8 feet or something? And how do you even get real balance to even be able to do something like that? I'm just trying to say, maybe I don't know, fam. Maybe I ain't freaky enough or something. I'm just not experienced enough. I thought I had tried damn near every position, but I guess not. The woman claims after the R word, it was business as usual, and she did Garth's hair and makeup for the event. She says she was dealing with financial hardships and needed the work, and Garth preyed on her financial situation. The woman also claims she was at Garth's home one day in 2019, waiting to do his makeup, when he came out of the shower naked with an erection. She says he pointed his erect penis at her, walked over, grabbed her hands, and put them on his penis, and told her he fantasized about her giving him oral sex with her glasses so he could ejaculate on her face. She claims this incident happened before the alleged RAPE, which she says was painful and traumatic. She also says Garth would often fondle her breast while she was doing her hair and makeup, even though she told him not to, and would masturbate afterwards. The woman is going after Garth for damages. Okay, fam. Help me out here, fam. Look, maybe I'm just slow. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me, fam. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm slow. First and foremost, I am a victim's advocate. But that don't make me a sucker. That don't make me believe everything that I hear. I can give a person the benefit of doubt till I hear them out. And once I hear them out, I can determine whether or not I believe them or not. I'm not one of those people that just say, believe the person who says that they're a victim, because we know that there are many, 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 many people out there who have proven us wrong when we've went out and blindly just supported people who made claims about being violated. I'm not saying this to say that Garth Brooks is innocent of anything. I'm just saying, to me, it sounds a little bit peculiar when you have a situation where this man was in his house. He walks out the shower naked, erect, puts this weapon in your face, makes you massage it and do whatever, and then he, handles his business, and then you still later on, sometime in the future, hop on a private plane with him and go to LA. So you already know who this dude is. You know how. Let's just say if what she's saying is true. We already know who this dude is. She know who he is. She knows that he is a predator, but yet she continues to work for him. She hops on a plane, a private plane. She sees that it's empty. She knows how he feels about her. She knows that he tried it once. He gonna try it again. She knows that something is likely to happen. But she gets on the plane anyway and go to LA with him on a private plane. Then she gets to the hotel and realizes, ain't but one room. Okay. So she ain't got nobody she can call and say, hey, can you wire me $100 so I can get me a hotel room? Can you wire me $150 to get a room? $200. Nobody in this whole world. Or what about being in the hotel and just saying, you know what? I'm not going in that room. So if I got to sleep in the lobby, I'll sleep in the lobby before I go in that room with him, knowing what he's capable of doing. You feel what I'm saying, fam? I'm not saying that victims should not get retribution. They shouldn't get justice. But goddamn, man, you got to have some kind of accountability for your own actions too. Like, okay, let's say a lion, a big old ass lion is inside of a cage. The lion likes eating people. You walk your happy ass up to the cage and open the cage up and say, hey, Mr. Lion, and pat the lion on the head. Hey, Mr. Lion, how you doing today? And the lion bite a patch of meat out your ass. Is it the lion's fault, really? But you know what's going to happen? The lion going to get put down. Now, I know that's a bit different, from somebody violating somebody, a human being violating somebody. But I'm just talking about accountability, fam. I'm talking about putting yourself in bad situations and then playing the victim. That's what I'm talking about. Again, I am not trying to protect Garth Brooks. I don't even know the dude. I don't even listen to his music. I just know he's a famous country star. That's the extent of my knowledge. If somebody asked me to name one Garth Brooks song and they would give me $10 million, I'm not going to be able to do it. I just lost $10 million. I couldn't name one Garth Brooks song. All I can do is roll the dice and say something about love. Take a wild ass guess and say something general like a love song called, I don't know, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Or let's stay together or something, right? Some of that cliche type of love song stuff. That's all I can do. That's the best I can do. I'm not going to get to the bag. I'm not going to get to the paper. But I got to call a strike and a ball. This case appears to be a little fishy to me. It seems like she's leaving something out. This sounds like she leaving something out. Now listen, fam. Okay, we all adults here, well, most of us. And the youngsters, I'm going to keep it PG so y'all can listen in too. Let's say initially she wasn't down with nothing. And the dude came on to her. And the first time he did something inappropriate was when he came out of the shower. She was at his house. He came out of the shower butt naked, swinging his thing in her face and made her grab it and do whatever he wanted her to do with it, right? She didn't run out of the house screaming. She didn't call the police. She never called out. She never made a police report. She didn't do any of that. She decided that she was going to stay employed with him because she needed the money. So she chose her safety. She chose money over her safety. She chose profit over protection. She continues to work for him. Okay, let's see how long the makeup artist actually worked for him. This happened in 2009. She said a woman claims she was at Garth Brooks' house in 2009, waiting to do his makeup when he came out of the shower naked and with an erection. She says he pointed it at her, walked over, grabbed her hands and put them on his penis and told her he fantasized about her giving him oral sex with her glasses on so he could ejaculate on her face. But she didn't finish the story. What happened after that? She claims the incident took place, the incident happened before the alleged RAPE, which she says was painful and traumatic. So it happened before the RAPE. So when did that happen? But she says she don't give an exact date when that happened. Okay, 2019, because all of this happens in 2019. But she continued to work for him, is the point. Do you think between the house, remember fam, she does his makeup. Garth Brooks always performing, so he needs makeup a lot, right? Don't know why, I ain't never had to use no makeup, you know. You dig what I'm saying? But anyway, maybe his lights are brighter. Anyway, she continues to work for him and do his makeup, maybe television appearances, maybe getting on stage, whatever, videos, whatever, but she do his makeup. You think ain't nothing else happened? The man go from the shower, butt naked, swinging his thing in her face, and ain't nothing happened between then and the hotel? You think ain't nothing happened between those times? Or perhaps after? You can't have a partial violation. It's got to be all the way every time. Been around, this dude violated, and you know, I was running for my life. He came, he followed me, he come and get me, he violating. He's just violating. I can't get away from him. I need to file a restraining order. No restraining order. He just violating, just violating. I'm not saying it actually happened this time in this situation, but it does happen a lot where when dudes do behave like that after the first time, and women who will decide to continue to work with these dudes and be around these dudes, they'll have other relations with that person to maintain their position. And some of those relations are voluntary. Some of those relations, not all, but some of those relations that they have with those dudes in between are consensual. Others are not. So tell the whole story. It would, to me, it's more believable if you tell the whole story. You know, look, I'm inclined to believe that she was violated in the way she said she was. I'm inclined to believe it. It sounds very graphic. It sounds very believable. It sounds very believable. So, you know, I'm inclined to believe her because she's saying that she's a victim. So I'm inclined to believe her. But when you leave out stuff, certain parts of the story, it makes me wonder. It makes me suspicious. I don't know, fam. You know, like I know some of y'all out there saying, but you don't know. And I know some of y'all gonna be mad at me saying this, but man, I gotta take my chances. I'll take my chances. I'm not finna fake in front, man, like people can't lie and people can't exaggerate or people can't omit certain things when they're telling a story, because if they tell the whole story, it might make people look at them a little sideways. There appears to be some holes in this story. There seems to be some things missing in this story. Again, not saying that she's lying about any of the stuff she's already saying. But it seemed like to me, she's omitting some things, because if she tells the whole truth and nothing but the truth, it's going to be embarrassing. And it might not fit the narrative that she was never a willing participant. I'm just saying, fam, there's got to be some accountability at some point. Look, listen, fam. If I go into a club and I already know that people fight and shoot in this club, every week somebody getting shot at that club. If I walk my happy ass in that club and I get shot, I'm a victim. Yeah, I'm a victim. But do I have some type of culpability in my own situation here? I mean, could I have avoided that by just, you know what? Them motherfuckers, they don't really like living over there at that club. There's a bunch of motherfuckers that go up in that club right there that don't like living. I ain't going up in there. Because there are some things that we can do. Like, look, there are certain situations that we find ourselves in that we might get, somebody might violate us in some type of way. And we can say that, you know, that was almost impossible to avoid. I did not see that coming. But there are other situations where we can willingly walk right into and roll the dice. And I say she's been rolling the dice. Going into the comments. Imani J, what's up? What's up, Nicole? Nicole Antiego. What's up, Derek? Beyond compare. To con, anything for the bag. Sandra D, what up? What's up, Cyrus? Sylvia Love Jones. What's up, James Warner? Tuskegee, Alabama. What it do? So, okay, so she was Garth Brooks's wife's. She was Garth Brooks's wife's makeup artist for years, right? She's his makeup artist for years. Her makeup artist for years. So you think Garth Brooks ain't never made no kind of pass at that woman? Men ain't built like that. We can't control ourselves that long. If we're around a woman that we find attractive, that we want to get at, we ain't that smart, man, to hold out like that. We ain't that calculated. We gonna make a move. That's what men, that's how we built. We gonna make a move. So if God was interested in her after all of that time, he was interested in her before that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Garth Brooks had, or if he made a pass then, I'm sure he made a pass before she agreed to be his makeup artist. I mean, like, what do you think? How do you think the conversation went? Hey, you know what? I don't even know how Garth Brooks talks. I just imagine, a country western singer. So I just imagine he would say, you know what? Want you to be my makeup artist? You want to do that? Would you do that for me? And she like, okay, I'll be your makeup artist. Or did she say, now, Garth, that's not going to work. Because you know how you are. What do you mean? You're touchy. You're just too touchy-feely. You're too touchy. So God was like, I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay you. How much? This is my point, fam. You can't have it both ways. You can't care about your safety and put your life in danger. Purposely, knowingly. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You cannot profess to care about your safety, to want protection from the entire universe, but then don't even do the basic things to protect yourself. Put yourself in harm's way intentionally, knowingly. You can't do that. But when these type of situations happen, nobody speaks to that. Nobody says anything about that part. If we let her tell the story, and we ought to believe her, Garth Brooks was a predator well before the so-called RAP thing happened in Los Angeles. What was it called when he pulled his meat out and wagged it in her face? What do you call that? She said he did it, but she didn't identify that as, RAP. We got all of these situations where, people are dealing with these. Let me tell you something, fam. Celebrities are not the big bad wolves that a lot of people think they are, or that the people who are claiming to be victims are saying that they are. What I mean by that, I'm not saying that there aren't some celebrities out there that are dangerous. And I'm not saying Garth Brooks is not dangerous. What I'm saying is their danger, a celebrity being dangerous is different from a regular person being dangerous. Because the celebrity is out there. And people typically will look at a celebrity like, oh, he's singing, he playing football, he rapping, he do. He ain't just sitting around plotting, thinking about killing all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't what he do. He ain't a killer. He do this, he do that, he do this. Not saying that a celebrity won't kill, because we know that it has happened. But the point is, it's a whole lot easier to put the police on a celebrity than it is just a regular person, because police, law enforcement, they like rolling down on celebrities. They like pulling up on celebrities. The prosecutors, they like having to say that they prosecuted a celebrity. The defense attorneys, they like the attorneys. They like to represent celebrities, because they get to cut that news article out and frame it and put it on the wall. And yeah, I did that. Oh, I prosecuted such and such. Oh, I arrested such and such. I did that. Yeah, celebrity has some perks. The perks come with it. But, a lot of times that celebrity work to your disadvantage, not to your advantage. A lot of times they work against you. Yeah. For example, if you take any given celebrity and you make that person just a regular person, and you put them in the position they was before they became a celebrity, if they go out there and, slap somebody across the head, if they get into a little old bar fight or whatever, it's just a bar fight. A celebrity get into a bar fight, oh, it's a lawsuit. Even if the person at the bar started it, he finna file a lawsuit trying to get a check. So it's a lot easier to put the police on celebrities. Most celebrities ain't finna do nothing. Most of these dudes, they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't finna do nothing. They ain't really built like that. They're not about that life like that anyway. So it's like when somebody was saying R. Kelly was holding women in dungeons and shit, like out in the basements, holding women hostage. Man, you really believe that? This man all out on tour. He going on out. He all out on tour. Celebrity can't stand over you 24 hours a day unless you are actually in a dungeon where you can't come out at all. You ain't got no way to walk out. A celebrity actually keeping you inside of a dungeon. If you inside that house, that man leave that house and you come back, and that man beating on you, and he leave that house and come back and you still there. It's Garth Brooks. He got handlers. He got security. He got all of that. And okay, so yeah, one can say, well, he got all the power. He got the power, and the power dynamic is different, and so, we should believe this woman and blah blah blah. Okay, got that. The power dynamic. But at the same time, if you can make it to a phone and say Garth Brooks is da da da, you can get your protection. If you can be at the show with Garth Brooks in the makeup room, and Garth Brooks go up on that stage and do a whole damn 2 hours, and you come back and you still chilling in the makeup room, you ain't went to one police officer, you ain't called one person, one family member said, I need help, I'm in distress. You ain't sent a smoke signal, nothing. Come on, man. You got to have some type of responsibility for your own actions. That should be some type of like levels to this, these accusations. You know, there should be some type of protocol. Like, you know how it is when you accuse your employee of racial discrimination or something like that, whatever you want to accuse an employee of. You know how there's levels to it. You got to go to HR first, right? They tell you, okay, first thing you do if something happen, you go to HR and we see if HR can figure it out. You know, well, first, before you go to HR, you go to management. Go to management. You go to that person's management, whatever you got an issue with, you go to management. You can't get the issue resolved, you're not satisfied, you can escalate, go to HR. If you don't get your satisfaction from HR, then you go to EEOC, right? You file a lawsuit. But when you go to EEOC, the first thing they're going to tell you is, did you follow proper protocol? Did you take those necessary steps first? And if you ain't took those steps, they're going to say, go back and take those steps and then get back with us. So that should be some type of steps that a person should take before they can come back 5 years, 15 years, 30 damn years and start pointing the finger at somebody saying, this person did this to me, that person did that to me. I'm suing for $25 million. Come on, man. Come on, fam. That don't make sense. There got to be some steps. There should be some steps. It shouldn't just be, well, what'd you do? I ain't do nothing. I was scared. I was scared shouldn't be a step. That shouldn't be like if they had steps, they said, look, if this happens to you in the event of sexual assault, if this happens to you, these are the steps you need to take in order for us to be able to take a look at your case, not to be able to pick it up, but to take a look at your case, or for you to be able to file a case. For you to be able to file a lawsuit, you should have to have done these amount of steps. And if you have not done that, then that's on you. You shouldn't be able to just let it go. And then when you feel like it, bring it back up and then go after somebody. That's why you got these people that's putting up hotlines, Diddy hotlines and stuff, and thousands of people coming out the woodworks just calling, talking about they've been violated. You don't know who the hell to believe and who not to believe. So here, I got a slowpoke in the audience, y'all. So we're going to give this slowpoke some attention. So I just said if you don't follow the proper steps, that's on you, right? So this slowpoke said, he said it's on you if you get molested, he's next. Who raised you? See, I'm gonna blame your mama and your dad on this. See, because you didn't get dumb by yourself. You didn't get that stupid by yourself. I clearly said over and over and over and over again that I am a victim's advocate, but I call a strike and a ball. And I do believe that there should be steps that a person should take after if they've been violated. There should be steps. You should not be able to wake up one day 20 years later and say, I don't care what happened. You shouldn't be able to wake up 20 years later and say, yo, this happened, and get paid. Hell no. You should be able, you should, at some point, there should be some type of protocol there. Perhaps if it happened to you, if you're a kid, you have until X amount of time once you become an adult, right? Does that make sense? Let's say you're an adult. I mean, just say you're a kid and something happened and you were violated. You're afraid. You're scared to death. You don't have any resources. That time should be extended into your adulthood. I don't know. Maybe you got, but from the time you turn 18, maybe you got, a year to file your grievance or take these certain steps before so that you can have it on record. Or maybe they give you 4 years or 5 years, whatever. But that should be steps. There should be some type of protocol put in place. See, it's easy for people to say you should just automatically believe the victims. How do we know it's a victim? How should we just automatically believe everybody who said that they've been violated when we know that there's a ton of evidence out there, documented evidence of people lying about being violated? So there has to be some type of protocol put in place. So if you don't have that, you're going to have all of these people coming out the woodworks and saying whatever. It's a joke. The whole system is people looking at the whole system like it's a joke. So you saying to somebody to have some accountability in their actions, in their whatever actions they took, for them to be accountable, responsible for anything, that's just wrong. That's a problem. That's a problem. Fuck out of here, man, with that. Get out of here with that. Yeah, that's easy to say until it happened to somebody in your family or it happened to you. That's easy to say. It's easy to say, believe the victim, believe everybody that come in, anybody say anything, just believe them. That's easy to say till somebody point your ass out. Until somebody do that to one of your loved ones, your brother, your cousin, your son, your father, your husband, boyfriend. Yeah, it's going to be a total different story then. Because people do lie. We got evidence, man. Look, if we didn't have evidence, it wasn't documented that people lie about stuff like this, then I would say, get them every time. Get them. Every time, get them. If they did it, punish them. Yeah, get them. We can't ascertain that. You got situations where people that went to trial, all the way to trial, and lied and had people punished, executed. People that actually went to trial, set up on the jury box, swore on a stack of Bibles, figure of speech, straight up lied to the court. Him. put people on death row. People died from false accusations. People that have been lynched from false accusations. See, some of y'all only want it to be, you only want justice when it's convenient. I'm not believing everything somebody say. I don't give a damn what you think. I'm not going to believe every damn thing that I hear. Some of us, we question everything except situations like this. Everything else we got questions about. Everything else we suspicious of. Everything else we need proof. We need proof for everything else. This is the one thing we just don't need no proof. Well, they say it happened, then we got to believe them it happened. Hell no, I'm not with that. No. And your story got to be consistent. As I said again, fam, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Speaking of young people, I think our elderly and our young people are the most vulnerable members of society. They must be protected. Let me tell you something, fam. It's the lack of protection for our youngsters that put us in the position that we are with our adults. Those young people who get abused today become abusers tomorrow. So this is why I care so much about young people. And this is why I advocate. And this is why I put my money where my mouth is. And I also give my time and my influence. And I'm on the streets for real. I'm in the community center for real. I'm doing the work for real. Okay? So young people should be given an extension. If they can come out early and say something happened to them, that's fine. But they should have a grace period from youth to adult. Maybe, like I say, maybe by the time when they become an adult at 18, maybe it's 18, maybe you got a year, maybe you give them 3 years, maybe it's 5 years. Hell, maybe it's 10 years. Or maybe it's the same amount of time that they give an adult to come forward. Once an adult, unless of course there's different things you got to think about. If a person was like held captive, of course that time wouldn't start until that person was no longer captive. But an adult, maybe that time as an adult, that time is 3 years. Maybe that time is a year. Maybe that time is 2 years. Maybe it's 5 years. But besides maintaining the integrity of the case, it also, like, putting some type of protocol in place, some type of time that people should be able to come forward. And I know they have something similar to that in certain cities, certain states or whatever already, but putting some type of time on there, like, it also could help preserve evidence. Let's say that evidence is by way of maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's a voicemail, maybe it's a text message, maybe it's a letter, maybe it's a picture, video, something, right? It could preserve evidence, because as time goes by, evidence gets lost. And it also could help to make people remember things. As time fades, the whole story starts to change. As time fades, truth or not, you just start, you you remember things just a little differently. It may not be that, it may not be that you forget that you didn't forget that you went to the prom, but it may be that you forget that you had, what color your carnation was that you had, whether you had a vest on or not, or whatever it is. I don't know, hell, what color your shoes was or something like that. As time go by, your memory slips. So maybe it could help in that situation also. Fam, I already know, like, this is a touchy subject, and anything other than, yeah, he did it, yeah, he need to go down, and Garth Brooks did this, and yeah, get him. Anything but that, it's gonna be controversial typically, right? Because so many people, they actually enjoy seeing celebrities go down. It's a lot of people like to see people like Garth Brooks go down, right? And I don't get any particular pleasure out of it, but if he did what he's being accused of doing, then absolutely. The trip part about it is, even if he's innocent, for the rest of his life, he's going to be scarred. For the rest of his life, people are going to associate him with the R word, the 4-letter R word. People's going to associate him with that. And then there's always going to be some doubt whether he did it or not. Always. So his rep is stained no matter what. This is why, like, something like this, oh, you better believe I fight. First of all, I don't rock like that in no type of way. If a woman don't want to be with me, I just look at it like, shit, I don't want to be with her. It's simple to me. Like, you don't want to be with me? I don't want to be with you. Simple. I can't even get excited enough, if I know she don't want to be with me. Like, so I'm not even built like that. But I do know one thing. I do know if somebody tried to put something like that on me, oh, if they think of anybody that that's gonna fight for their rep, that's me. I wouldn't accept it. I wouldn't accept nothing like that. I wouldn't accept no settlements. I wouldn't accept none of that. I'm like, oh, and I'm coming for everybody. I'm gonna come for your lawyer, everybody, anybody I can think of. I'm coming for everybody. I can speak like this because I know I'm good. I don't rock like that. I don't get down like that. And I despise dudes who do. Because I got women in my family. I got a daughter, Yeah, and for all of us, even if you got a wife, a girlfriend, or whatever, I'm saying, if she got a job, or, she's out there, even if she work at a nonprofit, she could find herself in a compromised position where somebody might be trying to violate her. So you want to make sure that her rights are protected. And if something happens to her, you want to make sure she get justice. So I'm all about getting justice for victims. Don't never get that twisted. What I'm not about is people lying, stretching the truth, and destroying people's lives so they can get a quick bag. That's what I'm against. Come on, Jen. Jen C. Hall says, I guess that General C. Hall says, it's hard to believe that a country singer would do something like that. General, I guess Jen stands for General. General, listen, country singers are people. Country singers, and this is not an indictment against Garth Brooks, but country singers, they get high, they drink, they cheat, they fornicate, they steal, they lie, they extort, they embezzle, they cry, they die, and they kill. Not all, of course, but they're people. And any emotion that a normal person could have, a country singer could also have that emotion. Any emotion that a normal person could have, an R&B singer could have that emotion. A football player, Aaron Hernandez, ring a bell, could have that emotion. Every profession you can think of, there's been people, members of that profession, who has committed an egregious act, including murder. So don't get it twisted. What's up, Michelle? Wilson Dwayne, DJ Busy Beats, Deep Thought. What's up? Michael Wayne, what up? Cassie stayed 10 years. Okay, since we on Cassie, let me keep it a buck with Cassie. I do believe Cassie was a victim at times. Other times, Cassie was a willing participant. See, y'all don't like that. Y'all don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. You think Cassie you just think Cassie didn't like being freaky at all? You think she didn't like pleasing Puff? You think she didn't enjoy any of that? Any in 10 years? Come on, fam. You can use the same situation, with a regular woman. It can be a woman who a man go upside her head all the time. You think in between him going upside her head, they didn't have sex and she didn't enjoy it? At some point, somewhere along the line, she not even once did she enjoy sex? Get out of here, man. Some of y'all too old to be living in fantasy land like that and be in such denial. That don't get a dude no excuse for going upside her head. Dame the Great, what's up? Good point. They also said Cassie was like laughing at Kim when Kim would get beat up. They say Cassie watched Kim get beat up. How does Cassie get an entire break? How does she get to be like such this darling and the sweetheart when she watched another woman get beat up and laughed about it, according to that woman's friends? Who said that? If I'm gonna tell it, then I'm gonna tell it all. Damn near tried when I got that phone call. Is that Usher? Who is that? Confessions. That's Usher. Yeah. Yeah, man. If you're gonna tell it all. We only hear the one side of the story, like everything was not participating and everything was forced, and and I'm sure there was some times, if that, yeah, it probably was sometimes, but not all the time. There are some women out there who like getting freaky. They like threesomes, fivesomes, sevensomes, eightsomes. Yeah, they're out there. There are some women that like to want to be with two men at times. There are some women that want to do it, but they just got a little bit too much pride. Like, it would be nice, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Come on, fam, man. Let's stop acting like little kids, man. Come on now. Call a strike and a ball a ball. Be real with it. What's up, Tina Watson? Yeah, so you saying that Cassie ain't made no hookups. She ain't called nobody. A pretty girl like that. She ain't helped Puffy at all. She ain't called. You saying Cassie ain't called one person and say, hey, what you doing tonight? Well, me and Puff gonna be over here. Da 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 da. Come on, fam. Come on, man. Get out of here. But see, Cassie ain't going to jail. But they said, the FBI said, look, we're going to get everybody that was involved. There's other people involved, staff members. There's, what did the other guy say? They said they was going after other people that was involved. Anybody that helped Diddy with his crime, they going to get it. They going to get them too. I bet you $1 to a donut, they're not going to touch Cassie. And I'm sure Cassie made a few phone calls. I'm sure of that. If me and you go into the store, and well, let's just say I go into the store, rob the store, you drive a getaway car. But let's just say you didn't even know I was robbing the store. But if I rob that store and come back and get inside that car, you're the getaway driver. You're the accomplice. You are my accomplice. And you're going to jail with me. We both going to be sitting up in the cell together. Me looking down and you looking at me like that, mother. You know what I'm saying, fam? So how is it that Cassie participated all these times, all of these moments? She know the play. She know what's going on. But she don't get none of that. She don't catch no strays. No, fam. No. She absolutely deserved to be she deserved to be supported, and for what she went through, for her part, what she went through, what she was a victim, she deserves justice for that. But for the roles that she played, she also deserved any type of punishment Diddy get. That's right, I said it. No, what y'all look, fam. I'm not holding it against Cassie that she ain't perfect. I'm not holding it against her that she left her dude for Diddy. She what they call it when you go up, what they call it, leveled up. I'm not surprised. I'm not holding it against her that she leveled up. She left her dude for Diddy and then left Diddy for the trainer. She was before she left any of them, she was cheating with the other guy. But Cassie's character don't get called into question at all. Come on, fam, man. See, that's the part that I don't really dig about these internet discussions that we be having. Because when you have these type of discussions and you want to be fair and imbalanced and you want to ask all the questions, people start, oh man, what you some type of child abuser? You gonna be next? Oh, you was at the party. You must have been at the party. You can't be critical. You can't have any critical thinking conversations. It can't be that. Can't be none of that. So typically, when I want to have these type of conversations, I don't even bring these conversations to the internet. I talk to the people that are in my circle. Because I already know it's a lot of slow people on the internet. And invariably, they're going to pop up, they're going to rear their head, and they're going to say something slick. So I typically keep these type of conversations to myself. What's up, Sandra D? Michael Brown. What's up, Mike? Dinetta Lewis. Mike Nuzzo. What up? Throne 2010. Monica Smith. Where you been, Monica? Seeing you in a while in the chat. Bobby Z. What up, broski? No, fam, you can't hold a person who claims to be a victim accountable on the internet. You can't do that. You're gonna get blasted if you do that. If a person just claimed to be, even without proof, if you tell something, if you question anything that a person who claimed to be a victim says, oh man, they coming. Even if that person, let me tell you something, fam. Do you know that even if you're a victim of something, you can still be held accountable for your own actions? Did you know that? It's two things can be true. You can be a victim. It doesn't take away from you being a victim because somebody is saying you should be held accountable for this or that or that. It's just giving the complete story. It's being objective. So I can be a victim if somebody steals my car. I can be a victim, but I can also be held accountable because I left the damn car keys in the car and the door unlocked. Does that make sense? I can be a victim of falling inside of a supermarket. I can be a victim for falling inside of a supermarket that had a wet floor, right? But I can also be held accountable for running my ass down the aisle. Perhaps if I didn't run, I wouldn't have slipped and fell. That ain't gonna stop me from filing my lawsuit, right? And holding the grocery store accountable. But I still gotta be accountable for running my ass down that aisle. F Love Fitness, what's up? What's up, JoJo Dancer? James Simmons. God damn, man, where y'all come from, bro? Didn't I just explain this shit? Where do y'all come from? Man, listen, fam. See, I gotta get you, man, because you know you ain't finna make me look crazy. So I just said I can be a victim if somebody leaves my car, if somebody steals my car. But I can also be held accountable for leaving the damn car unlocked with the keys inside. He writes, just because you left your keys in the car, that doesn't mean someone has the right to steal your car. What's understood ain't gotta be explained. That's obvious that nobody has a right to steal my car just because I left the keys inside and the door is unlocked. But if I give them an open invitation and they accept, I got to take accountability for that. Do I just continue to leave would it be smart for me after that happens to continue to leave my doors unlocked? Would a wise person or would a reasonable person continue to leave their door unlocked and the keys inside if they've already had their car stolen after leaving their keys inside and the doors unlocked? A reasonable person would probably never do that again. Why? Because they know they probably aided the thief in stealing their damn car the last time. Damn, man, I got to get off of social media for the I'm getting off for the day, man. I can't take this no more. I got to get off for the night. Hey, man, appreciate y'all for joining the live, fam. Until next time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.